Something the prehistoric era is known for is having giant versions of the animals we have today. A megalodon is a giant shark, Titanoboa is a giant snake, and Megatherium is a giant sloth. But this giganticizing of regular animals is a thing of the past, right? Wrong. So, let's go over some of the giganticized animals we still have around today. Here's the size of a regular bat. Pretty small, usually no bigger than your hand. But if you head over to the Philippines, you'll find a monster version of these things. It's so big, in fact, they don't even call it a bat. Its common name is instead called a flying fox. The golden-crowned flying fox has a wingspan of up to 5.5 feet, which is about the height of an average human. They also have very freakishly wide eyes that they use to stare into your soul. Despite what the size of these bats may suggest, they don't actually cause any danger or aren't really anything to worry about. Their main diet consists of fruits, with their favorite being figs. Centipedes and millipedes are two animals that often get confused with one another, despite being different creatures, but something they both share in common is having giant versions of them. They are creatively named the giant centipede and the giant millipede. In fact, that's something you're going to start to notice with these big animals, is that biologists just name them giant and then the regular animal name. While centipedes and millipedes both usually range around a few inches, the giant millipede and giant centipede are both around a foot in length, and noticeably girthier too. While the giant centipede has a venomous bite and you wouldn't want to go near it, the giant millipede is completely harmless and actually a pretty common pet. Moving on to amphibians, frogs and salamanders have been cursed with giganticism as well. The Goliath frog is about 14 inches and weighs up to 7 pounds. To put that into comparison, that's about the weight of a small cat. Considering frogs mostly eat bugs they catch out of the air, it makes you wonder what these guys are eating to make them so big, and apparently the answer is other frogs. Moving on, the Chinese giant salamander is easily one of the biggest scale-ups on this list, being 12 times the size of their tiny counterpart, or up to 6 feet in length. They also weigh up to 60 pounds, which the thought of a 60-pound salamander is just insane to me. And they also are one of the funniest looking, kind of just a blob with a big mouth. Ugh, weird. Diving into the ocean, the seas have not been spared by giants either. Two of the most well-known of which is the colossal squid and the giant squid. Both of these creatures are rarely seen, and for a long time we were seeing them as mythical creatures in the same category as Bigfoot or a kraken. In fact, the first colossal squid wasn't seen until 2007, and the first intact and alive colossal squid wasn't photographed until 2025. These squids are both leagues bigger than a normal squid. Most squid don't even grow more than 2 feet, but the giant and colossal squid grow to be 16 and 27 feet respectively. Another ocean creature, clams, are one that you probably have only seen grow to the size of your hand. But the giant clam can grow to be 4 feet in length and up to 500 pounds, making the clams in Mario games more accurate than you might think. The clams are able to grow this big because of an algae that lives inside of them called zooxanthellae. This algae gives them much more nutrients than the average clam, allowing them to grow much larger. You know when it rains and all the little earthworms come out to the sidewalks? I know some people get pretty grossed out by that. And for those people, just know, it could be worse. Meet the giant Gippsland earthworm. Native to Australia, because of course it's in Australia, and can be up to 3 feet in length. Which, just a reminder, a regular earthworm is only a few inches. Unlike regular earthworms that come up to the surface every once in a while, these guys spend much more time underground, only coming up when they get flushed out by heavy rain. They also have a slow reproduction time, leading them to be currently listed as an endangered species, which is never any fun. So, that's going to do it for today's list. If you made it to the end of the video, it would truly mean a lot if you could like or subscribe, but I really appreciate you even just watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.